Well, Mohan Pereira now starting to come back through the field. He had Francois Joy just in front of him. Young still pressuring Dean Evans. I mean, is there a certain number of passing places here at Wakefield, or is there only just a couple? There's only a few places to get by.
Realistically, there's only a couple, Nathan. You've got to do it probably at the end of the straight. If you get close enough and get in a bit of a toe here, Gary could get up the inside and really stick it down the inside. But, unless he's close enough, had a bit of a look there, but still not close enough.
Well, they've got Toyo Tyres for the 2001 series, and it's fantastic to see that sponsor coming aboard for what is one of the best one-make series in the country. But they seem to get very slidey. I mean, a lot of oversteer. How forgiving are they? How much can you throw them around?
Well, you really are. You're on a compromised tyre. They're not a racing slick tyre. They are still a radial tyre, so they're really meant for wet and dry weather. And really, look, Gary Young's just set the lap record on that lap. As you see, he closed up the back of Dean Evans, so that proves how fast these tyres are. They do slide around a bit of an off here from Kaplan coming back onto the circuit.
Yeah, Mohans will clean him up and make the pass there. But I mean, when I say how forgiving are they? I mean, can you slide them and still save them, or are they just going to go?
No. These tyres are very, very forgiving. We did a test day at Rd1 Park just recently, and every lap was within 0.2 of a second.
Well, that's sensational. So they've got a lot of durability and a lot of wear as well.
Absolutely, it's fantastic that Toyo Tyres have come on board to give the Mirage Series a bit of a boost.
Well, David Borg with some problems there. He's pulled off on the top part of the circuit, so I'm not sure what's gone wrong. The door's coming open, so that is his race run and done, unfortunately. Dean Evans looks like he's got a little bit of a gap out on Young again. Now, Evans was half a second quicker than everyone else in qualifying. That's an incredible effort with a bunch of cars that are also close.
Oh, it certainly was, and Dean's been focused on getting this pole position and winning down here at Wakefield Park. He just missed out in a win last year, had a bit of a problem with the car, but I'm sure he's going to stick. He's not going to give Gary too much of an opportunity, although the door was open a little bit.
Well, here comes Chadwick now in the Southern Mitsubishi media car, and Chadwick's no stranger to racetracks. He's had a lot of miles in GGP, I believe. And here's Pereira again, just dropping the wheels off. Is he overdriving the car? Is he trying too hard?
Yeah, he certainly is. What Mohan's got to be careful of is these cars are so low, the engine sump, if it rides across that ripple strip, flattens it up against a pickup and bang, off goes an engine.
Oh, okay, because therefore you get no oil pressure and it kills that, and a bit of an expensive exercise.
Absolutely. No, some of the guys in the last couple of seasons have blown engines and from the sump being pushed up on the pickup and stopping any oil running around.
Mohan dropping back into the clutches now, the 66 Maxi Steel car of Giannis Derhams, and Giannis has had a lot of racing experience over the last couple of years, runs in 2 series of competition, and certainly loves his one-make racing, that's for sure. Giannis is also a man that likes his colourful paint schemes. He's gone for the green in this category, and he certainly likes his cars to stick out. On board with Pereira now, big lock up down under brakes. Can you get on the brakes so hard in these cars that the engine will stop?
Absolutely, because they've got a limited slip difference, a fairly tight limited slip, Nathan, the actual engine will stop the front wheels from rotating, and that's it. The drivers go past the apex of the corner, and that's it. It just can't turn in.
So I guess it's a fine art of hard braking and also going down through the gears and making sure the car stays in the power range.
Absolutely.
I'd say that with an engine that revs so hard, it'd be a very fine power range.
Yes, it is. You have to have the engines over about 5,800 RPM for the secondary part of the camshaft to come in. In real life, what happens is the engine works to 5.8, and then as soon as it gets to a certain rev, a secondary valve comes in, and the valves go up further open.
So is this VTEC we're talking about?
Yeah, it's called, it's a variable cam timing.
Okay, Dean Evans now still out in front. He takes a really wide line in there. I mean, is that because it's a bit of a double apex down there?
Yeah, you certainly, and also he's trying to keep off that curb. If you hit the curb on the inside of some of these corners, it bounces the car across and runs off the edges, and then you can't get back on the throttle for the run up the hill.
Well, here's the battle back for what looks like 5th, 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Mohan Pereira will be a little bit unhappy with himself. He qualified 3rd, he's dropped right back. Here comes Taplin with a look down the inside of the original dent buster, number 7 of Joy, and Giannis is coming in. Pereira's off the track again, and this time it's going to cost him dearly. He dropped a spot, didn't get off the gas though.
No, these blokes, I tell you, they certainly love their front wheel drives. Mohan has, say, been out of the series for a year, and
here's the replay of on board Mohan's car. He goes in the thing, takes a bit of a push wide here. He's still on the gas, drops it in the ruts, on the dirt, still full noise. Once he gets it back on the bitumen, now he gets a bit of traction, and he's dropped back a long way with that move.
Yeah, well, I think what he's got to do is keep off some of these curbs. You can see Dean's riding them, sliding the back of the car. Fantastic power slide. Because with a front-wheel drive car, you get the rear of the car oversteering in and drive it out on power. Fantastic driving from Dean Evans.
Credit to Young as well. He really hasn't dropped Dean Evans off at that much. He really hasn't made much of an impact, but at the same time, he's been lapping around the same pace. As a matter of fact, a little bit quicker because he took the lap record.
Yeah, it's even great to see that the lap times have been very consistent right through the end of this race, still in the 1 minute 10s around Wakefield Park.
There's Tablin coming down the straight in the Tablin real estate car, a newcomer to this series. We've got a couple of new guys in for the 2001 Toyo Tyres Series, including Keen Booker, and I believe a bit of a guest drive from Mr. Bill O'Gorman in here today.
Yeah, certainly Billy back there in the 44, also sponsored by Santos Coffee. Yeah, Billy's having a bit of a run. He's been the series coordinator for the last 2 years, and yeah, he's having a run.
That's yeah, he's a little bit further back in the field, but he qualified quite strongly and doing a good job out there. Certainly finding out what it's like behind the wheel. This is a Transvent number 18 car, that driven by Kevin Denham. He's a little bit further back. Also the number 30.
Martin Bale. Martin Bailey's been keeping Kevin pretty honest for the whole race here. Bit of a lock-up on the inside, a bit of an unloaded wheel there for Kevin Denham. Martin Bailey should have capitalised on that, but really was just following the back of the Transvent car.
What sort of tyre pressures, I mean, are they running around here at Wakefield? It looks a little bit overcast. It's not that hot. I mean, is there a lot of difference in lap times by changing tyre pressures?
Well, certainly is. It just upsets the balance of the car, especially if you stick too much pressure on the tyres or big front wheel lock-up. There's a perfect example, Nathan, of you lock up both front wheels, it just sends you straight ahead. Big understeer straight off the track.
And right on the last corner of the last lap, Dean Evans will greet the checkered flag and take the win here in the first race. Second to Gary Young and third to Rob Chadwick.